Man, no casting couch.
We lost one. He got transferred to Juventus.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us tonight on the first episode 23 of the Curva. Special guest tonight, Erik. I'll allow you to introduce. Not allow you. I'll have you introduce yourself in a second. But really quickly, just wanted to welcome everybody back. It's great to have everybody back watching. The season has restarted. We did not start last. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties here, but
I know I hear you, but I don't see you moving.
I don't know. Something's over my camera, Beppe. But anyway, what I was saying, it's probably better with that.
Yeah, it's
face.
better.
No, but what I was saying is it's great to be back. Obviously, the season started already. Started off on a good note, and yeah, we're excited to have the season back and be all of us together again. Oscar's not here. Oscar is somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where he is. He's in the Coast Guard, so he's somewhere sailing or doing something. But we hope he's safe and doing well, and we'll have him back obviously soon. Filling in tonight, as I mentioned earlier, is Erik. Erik, I'll let you introduce yourself, and then Beppe, we'll get started.
Yep.
Hey everybody, so I'm Erik. I'm part of the Milan Club here in New York. Been with you guys, when did I start coming out there? 2013, 2014?
It's been a while, Erik.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah, we were babies back then. So,
you were active on Twitter with me.
Oh yeah. So back in those days, and spent a lot of time at the football factory together, growing as friends and, borderline family at this point. So I'm happy to be here, happy to, help out while Oscar's gone, serving our country, if you will. And hope we can make some people laugh and smile today.
Great. Well, thank you, buddy. And Beppe, I mean, do you really need an introduction, a reintroduction, Beppe, or what do you think?
No.
You want to just get right to it? I mean, listen, this is weird because Beppe is usually, he's in usually rant form, but why don't you give a rant for a positive situation, Beppe? Please, take it away.
Since it's a new season, first of all, I wanna for my English friends, it's because we haven't been around, so I just gotta get this off my chest. It never came to Rome.
Oh, you got that fucking shirt? I was thinking of getting that shirt. I saw it advertised on Facebook.
Just to remind people, I got lost somewhere. I guess the GPS didn't work for them. So,
sorry.
Other than that, I mean, listen, we started off good. We started off better today than we did against Sampdoria. Because Sampdoria, we kind of struggled a little bit, but even though we got the win, but I'd love to see. I wish I would have seen this last year when we thought that was the season clincher with Cagliari. But today it seemed like we could have done anything we wanted. It felt like we had the ball. When they scored the goal, even we just responded right back. Today was just a perfect game, as far as the way the club played, and they played well without Kessie, without Ibrahimovic, which.
Yeah.
Ibrahimovic, I don't know what his problem was, or just my impression. He didn't look like he was too happy over there. He kind of gave me the vibes of Ronaldo, when Ronaldo has to celebrate somebody else scoring but himself. So I don't know what it was, but listen, we look good. I still hope that they do something by Tuesday as far as market goes, because I don't know what's gonna happen with Kessie moving forward. I'm happy about Brahim Diaz, because he's continuing. He picked up right where he left off last year. And then Tonali, I mean, what could you ask for more? This kid needed it with fans in his home. What better way for him to kick off the season? And maybe, hopefully, this is something that allows to do with confidence, allows to do with psychological.
It does.
In the last year, I think it kind of hurt us, and it made it worse when he wasn't performing. And good thing there was no people there. But maybe the people push him behind. They give him the confidence that he needs. Because then with confidence, but this kid was something of pressure. He didn't get overnight. So I hope it's just keeps him going.
I hope so too. And you put a lot of pressure on yourself when, that's your team, your childhood team, right? Just imagine any of us having the talent that he has, right? And then obviously having an opportunity to play for AC Milan, the team that we've always dreamt of suiting up for. I think we'd be first season. I think we'd be a little rusty as well, and I think it would the moment would get to us, definitely.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
he's a young kid. I mean, how old is Tonali? I always forget his age. Is he 21, 22?
Yeah, 22 maybe.
I think he's 22, right? He's around that age. But anyway, think about us at that age, right? Playing at San Siro. I mean, I know there was no fans in the stadium last year for the most part, right? But still, it's just the added pressure of playing for your childhood team that you idolized, all the guys behind you. And obviously, he's even younger than that. So maybe not so much those guys, but the guys that came after him, right? His boss, basically, Maldini, playing for him and having him watch him every single game, right? It's a lot of pressure for a kid. But I think, listen, you need confidence builders like that. And that was a beautiful free kick. Chalanoglu, who? Right? I mean, I can't remember the last time Chala scored on a free kick. I mean, can't remember. I mean,
we got one out of him.
one, right? Was it one? Okay.
We got one.
So we got one out of Tonali. Let's hope let's hope it's first of many, right?
Yeah.
The thing that was funny about the Milan Twitter account or the Instagram account, they posted up that this was Tonali's first Milan goal, which I couldn't believe. I thought he actually scored last season. I didn't realize
Me
that
too.
this
Me too.
was
No,
first.
I asked that in the chat because I couldn't remember a goal by him. I
So-
asked him on the chat. So
I like how Giroud's first start. He's already doubled the number of goals from Tonali. It's
I mean,
nice to have a real number 9, right?
You know what? Yes.
Oh,
A
no.
Hey, no, listen, but a guy like that deserves to wear a number 9, though.
He played
I mean-
great, and he was so confident, so easy to play.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason why I'm being cautious is because towards the beginning of the year, Higuain was scoring goals too. Then he just disappeared.
Mm.
So now I want a full year.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, but Higuain also, he ate cheeseburgers for breakfast, lunch, and
Well,
dinner.
I'm nervous
Giroud
about
is
the same
a
thing.
specimen.
Higuain was scoring goals in the beginning.
How many goals did Higuain score?
He had to score, I think, 8 or 9 goals because he left in January.
He did.
He
No, I don't think
scored
it was that many. I think it was like 6 or 7, maybe. Well, whatever it was. He still
But
scored. You're right.
To Bepe's point, though, like when you get a guy like Giroud, the age that he's at, can he go 90 minutes? It's okay the first 2 matches that this guy great.
Yeah.
But matches in plus Champions League matches, God knows how many we're going to. Can he do that? Can he sustain that amount of time on the pitch without being subbed off? Because to me, like, I followed him when he was with Arsenal, and I followed him into Chelsea. And this guy, like, he's not a 90-minute guy in general. He's a 25, 30-minute guy.
No.
So I don't see him
I was surprised
doing this
for
forever.
90 minutes. I was so surprised.
I wanted to prove something, but
yeah, but you're winning 4-1.
That's-
I mean, you just change it up a little bit, change it up earlier because you don't know when Ibra's coming back. And Rebic, I don't know. Rebic looks like he's the type of player that should just stay there for 20 minutes. To be honest, because I don't know. Like we thought we had Rebic as well. All these firepower, but I feel like all we're gonna have really is gonna be Leao and Giroud because Ibrahimovic, who knows how many games you could get out of him.
Hey, listen, and speaking of Leao, you got to give him credit. He played really good today. He played hard. He fought. I mean, I know he was unlucky a couple times, old school Leao, maybe he dribbled the ball a little bit too long on one occasion, but I saw him, man. He was out of breath. He was out of breath.
On the 12
times.
minute, the very beginning of the game when he missed that, basically that was a goal. I don't know.
he was walking it in, and
oh my god!
But but I have to give him credit. He played hard today. He played well.
He played good. He played. My point, why I always called him Niang 2.0, was because that's how Niang was. Niang would play 1 or 2 good games, and he would follow them by 4 or 5 games that you don't even know he was on the field.
True.
That's why I want to see more out of Leao. He played good. I'm not gonna deny the kid. He played good, but he has to. I gotta see more. I gotta see him continue this because he has the talent. That's the only thing I gotta be fair. He's not bad like Niang was, Niang was freaky, yeah, but Niang wasn't as talented as Leao is. The problem is Leao has the talent, but he's so fucking lazy and he gets you so aggravated, which is why we all kind of all wanted him sold in the transfer window.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's still. I mean, listen, there's still a couple days left, right? So
It's the whole adage of nothing worse than wasted talent, and you see a guy like that where you see those moments of brilliance, and then you see him like the first match. The first match he was dragging his feet half the match, and we're screaming. Where it should have been a 1-0 match, but when he was dragging his feet along. So there's your bad, and now he has a good. So do we forgive him? Do we forget? No. I want to see him string 4 or 5 of these together. I want to see him back in that.
He's only doing a disservice to himself. So I don't know what he thinks he's doing, right? I mean, I don't get it. Like at least like Balotelli. I mean, back then, right? Balotelli had a whole career already. The guy, I mean, he was successful in many places already. I mean, I said this last year or last season. Leao's done nothing. I mean, really, like, let's be honest here. I mean, what he played at the fuck's the French club that he came from? Lille, right? He was good there, right? But I mean, and then he was in the youth system of Sporting, right? I think it was Sporting.
How they got him? He wasn't on the first team.
I don't know if he was on. Yeah, he probably was on the first team for a hot minute. But anyway, what I'm saying is that like he didn't really have this like elaborate career that he could. All right, I could just chill out now because I could rest on my laurels from the past. Dude, you've done nothing. Like your career's gonna end up. You're gonna end up like in Turkey somewhere at like Trabzonspor in a couple of years, right? Or wherever. Like, or you're just following Niang's footsteps. Because I don't even know. Is Niang still playing professionally?
Yeah.
Where? Mexico?
I forgot. No, I forgot where. I'll tell you. He was
in the Middle East for a little bit, wasn't he? But I feel like one of our friends.
I saw him playing a pickup game on the Grand Concourse last Saturday.
Eric's little reference to the Bronx. For those that don't know, Eric's the Boogie Down man, the Bronx man right here. He's a rep from the Bronx. The BX, baby. Yeah, so I mean, he's an interesting character. I almost said Niang.
Rennes. He plays for Rennes in Ligue 1.
Rennes, not Lille. Rennes. Yeah. But anyway, let's just hope that he's able to, string something up. I mean, Pioli wanted to I feel like Pioli wanted to keep him, right? I mean, he wanted to get rid of Hauga, but he wanted to keep this guy. So, let's see.
No, I'm talking about Niang. Niang plays right now for Rennes.
Oh, he went back to. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. You went back to.
No, he went. Leao, we got him from Lille, yes.
But wait. So
he's still playing.
I'm sorry, my bad. So wait, Niang went back. That's where he started, I think. Isn't that where we got him from?
He may have been something because he's from Senegal, but these Africa belongs to France because.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking colonizers, yeah. So.
All right, let's not get into geopolitical discussion here. But speaking of French, nationals or whatever you want to allude to, but Giroud had a great game, and he even has his own song already, right? Doesn't he have his own song about la Curva?
I didn't even hear it.
Siamo venuti qui su per vedere segnare Giroud.
Yeah, that's what it was. I thought I heard of the one from Ibrahim. Siamo venuti qui per vedere segnare Ibrahim.
Listen, I didn't hear it in the stadium, but I heard it a couple of times on Instagram. A few of the Curva guys that I follow posted it, and then one guy, Total Fred, who's got you watch Total Fred? He's got a pretty good YouTube channel.
Yeah, I like him.
He's good. I like him a lot. He sang it the other day. So
they make these YouTube people. They make their own songs too.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if it has to do with the Curva.
Well, no, there's a couple guys in the Curva who I follow on Instagram that. They were singing it outside the stadium the other day.
But it felt good to see the Curva back in full force in the stadium. Seeing the flag.
I like that they had him at training, get him amped up, get him ready. That was a great sign.
Trying to put pressure on Kessie to re-sign. Where do you think that? Where do you think that is, guys? What do you think, Beppe? What do you think? I
don't know, but I'm not liking it. I saw that movie already.
Yeah, we did too. We saw it with Gigio, right?
Yeah.
Different
it's
agent.
Scary.
It is getting.
It really is. because this is a guy who said, "Don't worry. After Euro, I'm signed, sealed, delivered."
Yeah, he did say that.
All right. Well, what happened? What changed?
I mean,
The offer didn't change. The offer was the same offer. So if you were signed, sealed, delivered, signed a goddamn contract. Why did you change up now?
My fear is, and I think I said this in our WhatsApp chat, is that's the reason why we pushed to get Bakayoko back. Is that in case he's going to leave? I hope not, man.
Kind of like when they jumped the gun with Mike. They jumped the gun because they knew that Gigi was on his way out, so they wanted to at least, not get screwed. They're gonna tell you that the reason why is because they needed to find replacements for when Ben Nasser in case he go to the cup, to the Cup of Africa. But you never know, because what ends up happening if Kessie gets sold. I don't think if he's gonna get sold, he would have gotten sold already. But I think we could potentially lose him in June, because I'm telling you, once you get to
is the contract up before June? No,
the contract is up in June.
June.
But when the contract is usually 6 months before the contract expires, a team is able to come and approach you and make you sign. We actually have gotten players like that. We got Cafu like that.
That's right. I remember
we
that.
got Stam like that. We got players before that were already signed to us. We got Reina like that. We signed them before the season even ended.
Yeah.
Because that's how you do it. That's why I always say, please do it now, because if this gets to January, you're fucked. You can't do nothing. Anybody could approach you and say, you know what? I'm giving you $8 million right here. He signs. He finishes the season off with us. Look at De Vrij. De Vrij was already an Inter player when they played that playoff game between Inter and Lazio. This happens plenty of times. A player is on an expiring contract. The moment January comes, he could start his negotiations. So you want to do that? You want this guy to get to January with potentially no renewal? I don't know.
You mentioned Inter, and they're looking really good. We're looking good too.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully it continues on this way. It's a real it's going to be a real battle. It was nice seeing. Listen, I don't want to celebrate in somebody else's misery. Well, yes, I do. Yeah, it was nice to see Juventus lose to Empoli yesterday, wasn't it, guys?
Oh yeah.
Erik, did you text any of our Juventus NYC friends?
I texted.
I wanted to wait until we won today.
So when he who must not be named moved on, I asked if anybody asked for refunds from their $50 membership package. Did anybody leave?
$50?
$50 for them. There's a $50 fee for their. Dude, I'm gonna get in trouble. Because I keep bringing it up.
For what? For Sam's breath mints? Hey, I don't care. I told the guy to his face.
So
anyway,
so I keep breaking Marcello's balls about this, and I noticed the fee went down, but I was told how their membership thing works, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. Like,
so how does it work?
There's like $25 of whatever the fee is goes straight to Juve. I go, what? You didn't get enough money? They don't have enough money? They get every fucking buddy they want?
I heard that too, but I didn't know it was 50.
So, it was 60 last season. 60. What? And I go, what do you get for 60? Like, do you get first crack at tickets? You get first crack to Champions League tickets? Nothing? Nothing. Get the fuck out of here. It's a waste. I mean, this season they gave them nice coasters. We have coasters too that are pretty nice, but I didn't pay $50 for coasters.
Yeah.
I got.
Hold on.
This guy has everything. Fucking Giuseppe. This guy's got underwear for the.
Yeah, there you go. There's our Milan Club coaster.
I have a couple of those too.
Then,
what else?
Oh, they did a pint glass this year. They got a night. I'll be honest. The pint glass looks awesome. I'm not even gonna front. I'm not even gonna. But cool. The pint glass looks really, really cool.
Do they get a night out with Lapo? A night out with Lapo Elkan?
I joked with Marcello.
He's still alive? Would you say?
He's still alive.
Yeah, he's still alive. Ronaldo's sad that he left. They were buddies.
I bumped into Marcella went to a Mets game with my girl and some friends.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And I see her, and I go, "Where are you sitting?" And she tells me, "She's like, oh, I'm in 300 something." I go, "You would think with all the membership money that you're raking in that you would have better seats. I'm sitting down on the field level. I didn't even pay for these things. How'd you get in?" So, I don't understand that how they. And in the chat, someone just said pay over $100.
That's Frank. Yeah, Frank, he's up in Toronto. Hey, Frank. Hey, Mauricio. A couple of the guys from Toronto checking in. What the hell? They paid $100.
$100.
Wait.
What?
Apparently, he said the first crack at tickets and a discount at the Ruben.
Yeah, but that's bullshit. Like, look, Beppe was. We both went to NYCFC for a bit, and we're in third rail. And the third rail is $25, $30 at most. You get a nice scarf, which almost pays for the thing itself. Very high quality. There was one year I got a Patrick Vieira bobblehead, which is kind of cool.
Cool. Although he annoyed me during the Euros.
I mean, he annoyed me during World Cup in 2006. So fuck him. Like, he's an asshole. But he's an asshole that lost to us twice. So eat shit.
Maybe, I think I know why they cost so much money, the Juve memberships.
Why?
The referees. I think.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
All right.
Now we know where the money comes from.
Right.
It's
the wrong fan.
Guys. We're gonna have to rename this podcast to the Sherlock Holmes podcast. We're cracking the case. We're cracking the case in these guys.
Yeah. Well, I think it's time to move on from Juventus because we could spend hours just bashing them. I mean, let's be perfectly honest. But it was very nice to see the first game with Ronaldo not there anymore. For them
I'm sure your father was ecstatic, huh?
My poor dad. I feel bad. I feel bad for my father. He didn't want to talk to me because my mom. I don't know why my mom shows him. My dad doesn't have Facebook, but my mom does, and she gets so upset when I post these things about Juventus. So you hurt your dad's feelings. I'm like, well, don't show it to him. What are you showing it to him for? Like, I hurt his feelings. So that she saw the video with the toilet. With the. Listen, whoever made that, somebody told me a Napoli fan made that. Fucking hats off. That was brilliant. You know what? You guys saw it, right? The fucking toilet bowl, and then it plays the Juventus song. That is, and I put it very cryptically in my Facebook status as public. Like, I think I put PSA, like something about very important message about your digestion. So a lot of people watched it who probably thought it was about digestion. Anyway, it was really funny. But yeah, moving on. Listen, they lost. They tied the first game. So I'm happy to see Allegri back because I still think that guy's not a good coach. He's been very lucky in his career, and let's see him show his true colors this season, and let's see if he's able to really help that team without Ronaldo. Do you think they're going to sign anybody, before the end of the transfer deadline? I wonder if they're going to try to do something there because they signed Kyle Jorge, from the guy they stole from us, basically, right?
Yeah.
To see if they replace. What do you think, Erik? You think they're going to pick somebody up before the?
I mean, you have to wonder how long was this Ronaldo thing cooking?
Yeah, I don't
because
know.
if it came and went that quickly, what are you picking at this point? What are you grabbing at?
Well, he posted that stupid thing. Didn't he post that thing like last week saying he's not going anywhere? Right.
So you wonder what changed in a week? What changed for them? Or did management know? Do they have targets in their mindset? Because you don't go into a season thinking you're going to get rid of Ronaldo, or lose him. Let's say, it's really the right way of saying it. So now are they just chalking up the first half of the season and saying, "Let's hope for the best. Let's shoot for what we can shoot for, and then we tackle it in January"?
I think that's what they're doing. What do you think about us, guys? What do you think? You think we're going to sign that French kid that we keep, Brett Favre's French cousin, or who else?
John Favreau.
What's his name? John Favreau. Yeah.
John
you think we're going to? Well, I hope he's not. I hope he's skinnier
than John Favreau. Mandalorian John Favreau.
Mandalorian John Favreau.
What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get that extra? Well, we're going to replace Samu, right? Because he's leaving.
Yeah.
God willing.
We should still replace Çalhanoğlu because we haven't replaced Çalhanoğlu. So I don't know.
Well, this kid, apparently, this French kid, I don't know how you pronounce his name, Favre,
Whatever.
Goes
How do you
west.
say it?
Do me a favor.
He could play in both. He could play trequartista and he could play in the wing. He's versatile. So I could see them trying to get him. And I asked Ogo, I asked him because Ogo's like a big, French football guy. And Ogo said, thumbs up. So, and, he always kind of shits on players from the French league because he follows it so closely. He used to follow it for work. And he gave some good feedback about the kid. So let's see. Hopefully we end up signing him. I want to see Pellegrini play. I'm curious about Pellegrini.
Well, apparently he's not even ready. He's not even fit yet.
Of course he's not. Freaking guy's been injury prone for so many years.
Fucking Redondo 2.0.
How many games did Redondo actually play?
In 6 years as a Milan player, maybe 16.
Yeah. It's like insane. My God.
Maybe, yeah.
6 years?
He was in with Milan 6 years, yeah.
I don't know. It's amazing because you just blocked him out of your mind because he didn't really, he didn't really play much. So
yeah,
wow.
But he was such a legendary player.
Oh, of course.
When he came over.
You have a jersey of this?
Yeah.
I figured you would.
Of course. Why not?
So hey, why don't you explain to people, Erik, before we went online, why you have that jersey right behind you? Samu.
Oh, he's a legend.
You're saying goodbye to Samu, right?
I'm saying, I'm paying tribute to the legend. He's the GOAT, the Michael Jordan, if you will.
Versace's little son, right? The way he dresses.
He keeps hair dye companies in business. He's done so much. But he's never seen the inside of a gym in his life. This poor stick figure of a man. He reminds me of the old Nintendo hockey game where they had like this super skinny guy, and like you touch him. No, it was just hockey. It was just called NES hockey. Okay. And like you had 4 players you could have, and it was like the big fat guy that looked like me, and then you had like a medium-sized guy that kind of moved around. He shot well, and then you had this skinny guy who was super fast, but if you touched him, you sent him clear across the ice. Castillejo looks just like this fucking thing. Like,
we gotta pull up a graphic later.
Like, it's sad that this man plays at a professional level the way he does. Like, I can't believe he's made it this high.
Exactly, and with that number 7, you guys would think, wow, number 7s.
I know.
Donadoni, Shevchenko. Shevchenko. We got Castillejo was the real number 7.
He's so small, you can't put a second number on his back. Like, it would be missing. You would never see. It would be one number on the front and then one number on the back. Like, he has to have a single-digit number, unfortunately.
He's Versace and Liberace's love child.
So the story behind this lovely jersey was
enlighten us here.
A misplaced mouth that I have. We were watching some match. I even forget now who it was against, but Castillejo comes on in the 69th minute, and I'm annoyed. I'm absolutely annoyed. It's a draw right now, so we're 1-1, and you're gonna bring on Castillejo? Like, why? So I scream out. I go, if this cocksucker scores, I'll buy his fucking jersey right now. As soon as I say it, another kid in the bar who was visiting us from Nashville, he goes, if he scores, I'll buy the whole bar shots. And I knew the fix was in. I knew at that point, we're done. I might as well just buy the jersey now. And I would say within 20 seconds, because I actually looked up the stat the other day. He was on 69 and 70. Buries it. I mean, it was a cross, and he hit this thing. I went straight at the keeper, took the keeper's hand off, and went straight into the back of the net. And I'm just watching, and I'm not even celebrating. I'm just like, you piece of shit. You absolutely.
You went all out. You got the patch too and everything. Look at that.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. You gotta do it right.
What did he end up doing? He ended up doing 3 years with us.
Yeah. I think this is 3. So I was on the hook for that, and the poor kid. I got off cheaper, honestly. Like I bought the jersey, whatever, great, fine. The kid who bought the shots, man, he about to buy like 25 shots of JMO in that bar. I think Jack took one himself. So.
Yeah, the governor. The governor just celebrated a birthday, so happy birthday to Jack Keene, our our fantastic host at the Football Factory in New York City. Celebrated. I don't know how old he is, but the
54.
governor looks great for his age.
54. I
54,
wouldn't even
man.
think 54. He's
Hey, did you ask him about Ronaldo today?
no. He was. I mean, obviously, he was a little busy with all the
Yeah.
what was going on. But I gave him the box of cannolis.
Oh, you did. That's very
As
nice.
Beppe likes to correct me.
Cannoli.
Cannoli. What?
Not cannoli. It's already plural. It's cannolo is one. Multiple plural is cannoli.
Yeah,
In
we love
America, over here, you fucking Yanks, you do cannoli.
cannoli. Oh, fucking Yanks. Fucking Yanks.
Oh, I forgot. Well, you're not a Yank. You're down in the Confederates.
I'm a Confederate now. Fuck you.
Well,
I'm a Yankee. I live below the Mason-Dixon line now. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. So yeah, the AC Milan Club of Atlanta is going to start soon.
Yeah.
They used to be. You know, it's funny. Somebody asked me the other day if I'm going to start it. I've actually made a few AC Milan friends here, so maybe in the future. But there was an account back in the day that was AC Milan Atlanta, but I can't find it anymore, so I don't think it's active. I may have to start it up as a satellite of the.
A Venom Black Peach.
Yeah, I don't know what the logo is going to be. I have to think of something witty. The good thing about Atlanta, and you guys know this because of the MLS with Atlanta United, the same colors, red and black.
Yeah.
Those are the colors of the city. The city is red and black. Like all the teams except for the Braves, which are blue and black. But the reason, I'm sorry, blue and red. And the reason the Braves are is because they used to be the Boston Braves.
Yep.
So it's, but everything else, like the Hawks, everybody's red, black, whatever it is. So it's good. It's a good omen.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I realize they all
I know.
share
I
the
didn't.
same
You know, it's
colors.
crazy, dude. I didn't realize it until I moved here. It's weird,
No.
but I never
It's not like
realized.
Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is blue and black.
Oh, yellow and black.
Blue and black. Black and
Yellow
yellow.
and black.
Like
I like
yellow.
black and yellow. You know, that's a. I like
Pittsburgh
that.
is
Good
a-
combination.
Steelers and the Pirates.
Yeah.
And it's a cool city. I mean, even the bridges are yellow. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you're
a
right.
Cool
It's a cool
look.
city. It's a cool city. The stadium is
Yeah.
really nice. The new one.
Yeah. I went down for a Pirates game, Pirates Yankees, like 2-3 years ago, and it was
Didn't Milan play there a couple years ago?
Yes.
They did, right?
Heinz.
yeah during the champion ICC, whatever they want to call it.
Yeah. Playing Heinz Field.
That's right. They did play there. Interesting.
It's a hell of a
So-
drive, though.
From Jersey, New York.
From New York,
it's-
yeah, 6
it's 8
hours.
It's 8 hours. 6 to 8
Six.
hours, right?
6. I mean, my driving 5.25, but you know,
You could cross. You could cross into Canada for that time.
really good.
Now,
Go to Montreal.
And who wants to go to
Montreal.
Canada? Who the fuck wants? Oh, sorry, we got the
Good
Canadians on
strip
over here.
clubs up there.
No, we have
Very
a lot.
good.
Actually, listen, the Canadians keep us in business here. I mean, I got Frank and Maurizio. We pay respects to our Canadian
because
brethren.
they're our only friends. They're only friends.
We would have fucking no views if it wasn't for our Canadian friends.
They're the only ones that watch us live.
They are. We got to
And then
get Frank on.
everybody
We
else
had,
watches on YouTube.
We have
gotta
to
get
guilt trip Dave. We have to say, Dave, look, you want us to keep promoting you Philly boys. You got to start watching.
Yeah.
yeah, the cheesesteaks over there. Wait, we gotta get Frank on. We have Maurizio on from Toronto. Frank's gonna come on maybe the next, since we're missing Oscar, who is somewhere along. I don't even know where he is. He kind of just, Beppe and I were talking before you came on earlier.
We have a theory. We have a
Erik.
theory. Yeah.
He's in the CIA because he literally fell off the face of the earth. No, literally, like he went to like boot camp and that's it. I mean, I know you get disconnected, but he didn't tell us where he was going. Nothing, right?
Yeah. There's times
I
that
don't think he knows.
No, but there's times that he puts us like he comes to New York. He says, "Guys, I got 3 hours. If you want to meet up, 3 hours. Fucking 3 hour notice on a 2 hour notice. I got 3 hours. You'll come by. You'll show up in. You say, I gotta be in Mexico for a weekend. I gotta pick up this kid. So we're like, but I don't know. He's a scientist.
Yeah.
The Pfizer, the COVID. I don't know if he's getting some kind of like a breakthrough medicine. Who knows this fucking kid?
I think he's a proctologist.
Can you imagine just an international man of mystery running around with a glove on his hand, shoving it up people's asses?
You know what? You would never guess if you know Oscar and Oscar's face. you would never guess that kid is a threat to not even a freaking butterfly. And that's the perfect.
Those are the ones you got to be scared of, honestly.
Yes.
No,
Those are the
I
quiet
don't know.
ones.
I don't know. He you know what? He keeps for a fucking guy who's really smart and a doctor, scientist, whatever. He fucking jumps into that lake behind his house. He definitely has some sort of brain-eating amoeba. That lake is disgusting.
The fact that he does it and has no fear of a gator ripping his arm off.
That's what I said. I'm like,
It's
you
great.
nuts? You never jump in a body of water in South Florida.
He's got to be
Like
a
that.
bad motherfucker. I'm sorry. There's no other way of
dude,
saying it.
That's where gators. I've seen alligators in ponds like that in Florida, South Florida. Like that's where they live. What the hell is he doing jumping in?
Out of his mind.
He's nuts. But anyway, back to Milan. So I hate the fact that we already have an international break already. Was it next week? Who's Italy playing?
It's a World Cup qualifying. I think they got to play Switzerland and whatever.
And I think we'll be able to set the record here.
No, 3 games.
3.
Three.
They don't have a lot of time. They got to do everything.
I know.
So basically, we have Bulgaria on Thursday,
Okay.
Switzerland on Sunday, and then Lithuania on Wednesday.
Okay.
So it's the 2nd, the 5th, and the 8th. All World Cup qualifiers.
Shit, man.
And then next month in October is the Final 4 of the Nations League, so which is going to be San Siro is going to be Italy, Spain, and the winner of that plays France and Belgium. So we could play France in the final if it be Spain.
If we beat Bulgaria, I believe that sets the record.
30,
Yeah, it does.
35, 36.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we should win that game. And is Pellegrini going to play and Zaniolo? They should be there, right?
I saw the convocazione. I forgot what it was.
Roma's got 2 of the best gioiellos of the Italian national team. Let's be honest, man.
The
Zaniolo.
problem is they don't stay healthy.
I know. Zaniolo, his mother's very attractive. She's the one that's got the Instagram account, I think, that everybody follows.
So you got.
You imagine you're on that squad and everyone in the team just wants your mom. It's got to be brutal.
Yeah,
It's brutal.
Daniola's there.
Pellegrini too, no?
Pellegrini's there.
How about Milan? Why didn't Calabria get called?
Florenzi get called. Florenzi's there.
I know Florenzi's there. How about Calabria? Yeah, I was surprised.
Then you got for the forwards, you got Belotti, Berardi, Bernardeschi, Chiesa, Immobile, Insigne, Keane, Raspadori, Scamacca. Yeah.
We still need to improve up front there. That front line still doesn't inspire me too much.
Right, look at Immobile. Scores 3 goals against fucking.
The guy is so frustrating. What a frustrating player.
It's a different shade of blue. I think we got to go back to the. Italy used to wear that blue in the 30s. When we won the World Cup, that's the blue.
You said this before. You said this, I remember. He should wear it just for him. He's a frustrating player. You know, we haven't talked much about the Euros. We were going to do a series during the summer, but we decided to kind of bypass. Beppe did a great job with the Instagram account. What was it called again, Beppe?
Azzurri NYC.
And so you're going to start it up again for the
qualifiers
and everything?
I'll just I'll share posts of fun things when we get there, pictures. If anybody goes to Football Factory, we'll get a picture of that.
But listen, the summer we haven't talked about it on our YouTube channel, but any words over the beautiful display by the Italian national team, Beppe? How did it feel, Beppe? How did it feel to you?
Oh my God, it was unexpected. I had high hopes for this team. I hopes for this team, but I thought you know what? This team has no business not being in the quarterfinals. Anything extra is extra, and but they just proved themselves. And I think they set the tone. The first 2 wins, it was 2-3-0 wins, and they with the Wales it was a little, whatever, but we still won. Then we got the scare. Then we almost felt like we were back to the the Italian self. with the Austria game. Because that Austria game was probably the
Yeah,
biggest.
that felt like the old school. Yeah. I agree. I was really frustrated during that game. I'm like, the first two games, I'm like, oh man, we're different. And then
Yeah.
Austria, I'm like, fuck, here we go again.
But then when we played Belgium,
Yeah, I
you
know.
know, it seemed like no better way to just come back and tell people, look, we didn't. That Austria game was just a hiccup. We're back and we just beat the number one team in the world according to FIFA. And not only beat them, we beat them convincingly. You know, it was 2-1, but it shouldn't have been 2-1. It should have been, a lot more decisive for us than that. They played great. And then obviously we have Spain. That was a tough game because of just the way that Spain plays. And then we had, that final at Wembley where it just worked out perfect because we got them believing. 2 minutes in, they scored the goal. They're all hyped. They really think it's coming home. And then, we just keep
Show the shirt again. Show the shirt.
And then I guess it didn't go.
Where did it go? Did it go home?
It went to Rome.
Oh.
How about
Went to
you, Eric?
Rome.
How about you, Eric? How great you were at almost every game at football.
Yeah, I did I did 7-7. It was me and Freddie.
Awesome.
Shout outs to Freddie, our little Cubano buddy.
I don't think I met Freddie before.
He's
How long has he been around?
A couple of years now. I look at him like he's like Frankie the Piccolo Jr. Because like he's half the size of him, covered in tattoos, and like they love all the same things. If you get my drift, so it's very nerve wracking.
You don't need to get into details. I think I know what you mean. Frankie's got. We don't want to get Frankie in trouble.
No.
He's got
to get this thing going for once. We don't want to scare her away.
Let's go, Frankie.
Yeah. I love his inspirations, right? Baseball chants for "Let's go Milan." he gets pissed off when I say that.
Yeah.
He's always talking about we gotta win today, guys.
We gotta win today.
No,
Let me tell you, there's nothing more. It started as a joke early on when we came back from pandemic, but then like he really. Like it became, I guess, a superstition for him. Like he had to say it, as stupid as it was. Like, we gotta win today. We gotta win today. I remember one day I looked at him. I was like, "No fucking shit. We gotta win today. What do you think we're gonna do?"
We're only 3 games behind the first place.
And he would say like there was one day he just goes, I know, but I gotta say it. Otherwise, I don't know what's gonna happen. I go, we're Milan. We're gonna shit the bed and we're not gonna fucking win. I know it. Like, don't worry about it. So. For the national team, I tell you, it was first of all, it was a joy to watch in the Football Factory. Every one of those matches, it was it was a good atmosphere. I was glad to see so many people come out. I wasn't sure what we were going to get, right? Because you go to Serie A matches, it's 24 Milan fans, you get 12 Juve if you're lucky, and then who knows who else shows up. So it's never really been a home for Italian football other than our two clubs.
No, that's such a good point.
But to work together with Marcella and company and all them and do all that promotion to get people to come out, it was nice to see that we could all nice together and get as many people out.
Yeah, you had a lot of people there.
And dude, there was some days I just looked like I would show up to the bar and I'd look down the block and just see the line and just like, oh shit, I don't know if I'm coming in. And then Liam at the door would just be like, oh, you were already here, come on in, and just drag me to the bar. And then you turn around, you look, and there's 200 people down there. It was great to see for a multitude of reasons, right? Like, one, to see that many Italian supporters. Coming out for matches, to post-COVID, right? The idea of having that amount of people together post this pandemic was great. Like, and it felt
it was needed.
Again. Oh my God, was it ever? Getting to treat it like a Curva, if you will, where there's a goal and you get guys like Vito yelling out the the whole goal announcement and everyone going with it. I mean, it was.
I was
the
making fun of him. I
atmosphere
call him
was
scrotum voice. Vito's voice sometimes it's like cracks.
Oh, he screams, yeah.
Sounds like he's going through puberty sometimes when he screams. I love you,
It,
Vito.
it,
Sorry.
it definitely wasn't you. Let's put it that way. It wasn't you.
Well, listen, my voice, the problem with my voice, Eric, and you probably remember a little bit, I fucking would lose it very early. Because I start like a maniac, and then all of a sudden the voice is gone sometimes it was gone before the first half ended. So I never knew how to pace myself. That's why I invested in the megaphone.
Somebody that's got a big voice, that's got like a big.
I bought a megaphone. I ended up buying a megaphone.
And you listen to me. I heard in one of the videos you played the siren. I heard you playing the siren.
Yeah.
That gets people's attention.
Oh yeah, it was definitely fun to like fuck with the English fans, especially.
Oh, it was so. I know. I wish I lived vicariously through you because 2000. All right, hold on. I always get this.
14.
Okay.
14.
But then did we play them again in 16 or we played them in 12? 12. Okay.
12 and
So
14.
2014, Vito and I went to Radio Shack, right? Like this is a blast from the past, and bought one.
Okay, pop up.
Because we got there very early. And it was already filled with them, English fans, right? In 2014. So we're like, we're never going to be able to enjoy this because we're not going to hear anything. They're going to be screaming at us, singing their stupid songs. So we went to Radio Shack like 5 minutes away. And the best, Vito always talks about this. Once I bought the megaphone at Radio Shack, I tested it out on the street by yelling out, "Taxi!" And like a taxi stopped. Vito always talks about it. So we got on the taxi. Even though it was only like a 2-minute drive, we got on the fucking taxi back to Football Factory. We had him drive around the block a couple times because he would have been pissed off that we only used him for like 3 minutes. Anyway, and we get back to Football Factory. We go in and we drown them out. So, I mean, obviously, I always remember that. And that was the penalties, right? It was penalties in 2014.
Wow.
Right, Beppe?
12 was the
See, I always get the games confused. 14 was when we won 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
That was the group stage of the World Cup.
Yeah, it was just basically the worst World Cup ever, really, for us, except for 2010. But that game was like a final for us because, at least for us in the Football Factory, we got to harass the Brits for that game. And
because
that was
Marquisio scored the first goal, then Sterling tied it.
Yeah.
And then Balotelli got the winner.
Yeah, Balo. But back to your megaphone. How great was that? Using that.
I should have bought a bigger one. Let's put it that way. If I bought a bigger one, because I'll tell you, they absolutely outnumbered us there, and it was it wasn't even close. I know. Like we had the small section that we usually have from Milan, but that was packed with Italian supporters. I got there 10 o'clock in the morning for a 3 o'clock match, and thank God for Jack and his hospitality because he set us up with a couple of tables, said, "Here's what take what you need, hold it down, and when your guys come, we'll get them all down here." So the core people that went to all the matches, they were able to get down and enjoy it and squeeze their way in, and the English supporters that were there. There was one guy who, I forget his name. He was it started off a bit obnoxious, but then we made nice at some point because we tried to be peacemakers between our two groups, right? Like the last thing we want is fist fights down there.
I know, especially such a tight space like that.
Yeah, and we just came back from a pandemic and we want to like ruin the place. Let's not do that. So
good point.
So we had me and him had a little meeting of the minds, and everything was fine for the most part. There was a couple incidents here and there that we addressed as they went on. Some on our side, some on theirs. And but overall, it was pretty good. And I tell you that final, when I'll never forget that final save from Donnarumma. He gets up, and I know we know that he got up and didn't realize that he won, but like he looked like one bad motherfucker just getting up and just strolling off. And I tell you, everyone in the Football Factory lost their fucking minds. And there's this gigantic St. Andrew's cross flag that was separating our section and theirs, and that the minute they all realized that was it, that fucking flag came down, like, and I just watched them all filing up the stairs immediately, and we're throwing things around. There's beer everywhere. Like, at the end of it, I looked down at the floor, and there had to be a layer of filth like this deep. I was talking to somebody about it today, and I'm like, Jack had to get like a whole professional cleaning crew, and Jack goes,
definitely.
He goes, professional. He's like, I had to go get mental help after this match. He's like, I couldn't handle it.
That's why we don't want the English to ever get to finals for that reason.
Yeah. I think that's why a lot of federations have been happy over the years, right? UEFA, FIFA, that they haven't made it that far.
It was something else. Like, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. I don't know what would have happened.
Italian love. Let's hope they never do.
On our side of things, man, like the amount of beer that was all over the ceilings and the walls and TVs and everything else, unbelievable.
Who's that, the little cat? That's the cat.
Yeah, I think the cat is screaming in the back. He's telling me to shut his mouth.
We told him he can't put the cat on because he's got.
Who's that, Bunny Bear? What's it?
He's got. The
cat's name is what? Platini.
I named him Jules.
He's I'm just joking.
Is Big Daddy cool?
I love animals. He's adorable.
Yeah, I named him after Sam Jackson.
You gotta get that pet-friendly paint for the show. Just paint them red and black. Just for the show. Pet-friendly.
It's bad enough. I'm giving him a mental complex right now because my other cat passed away, and
that's right. Sorry,
she's the goat. She was the goat, so I've been calling her Jordan, and I've been calling him Pippin. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with Pippin. Nothing wrong with Pippin. Pippin's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the best of all time.
What's his real name?
Jules.
Oh, Jules. You said that before. Sorry.
I named him after Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
That's a great character.
So yeah, but I've been calling him Pippin for the past couple of weeks because I'm like, look, you're not the GOAT. Like, I'm sorry, Last Dance passed, and I can't say that. I love you the way Phil Jackson loved Michael Jordan.
Oh man, that's great. Well, we were happy to have Jules on. Although Jules is rocking the wrong colors, we'll still take Jules as an AC Milan fan because of your love for the team. We're getting on 52 minutes, but I don't want to wrap up just yet because I think that maybe we just do really quickly, Beppe, and then I'll go to you, Erik, and then I'll talk a little bit about it before we end the show. What's your overall feel after the first two games? Obviously, there's excitement in the air. Obviously, the Mercato's not finished yet. Maybe just talk a little bit about like what you think about the first two games, and do you think we're going to sign anybody before, another reinforcement or two? What do you think, Beppe?
I think as 2 games is still too soon. The only thing that I'm kind of hopeful about is I don't see that anybody else did anything during the Mercato. Like, I don't see Napoli. Did Napoli really buy anybody? No. Roma, yeah, they got Abraham, but did they get anybody else? I feel like this year was more the year of the coaches. All these coaching changes, all this, that's going to make a difference. For me, it's going to make a difference for Juve because Allegri coming back makes it's an upgrade versus what Pirlo was. Because that was a big problem for them. And Ronaldo leaving is going to be a big deal. I think it's going to be better for them. I don't know if I'll get somebody for him, but as far as Milan goes, I think that Inter took a big toll by losing Conte, losing Lukaku, losing Hakimi. Lazio is going to be there. And you got, the usual suspects, Atalanta. So I feel like Milan could do something because the other teams didn't really step away so much. I wish Milan would have upgraded a little more than they did. I don't think they will. I think this is basically what you see is what you get. Maybe
could have gotten Zajic or somebody like that to really make a difference, right?
Yeah, I wanted to see, I hope the guy like Vlahovic was going to come.
Or Vlahovic, too.
DePaul, I think.
DePaul bothered me. I really wanted him.
I think
I watched him in the Copa America. He impressed me in the Copa America.
Yeah, I think they tried to get DePaul, but DePaul got locked up so quickly that just
Plus, he probably wants to play for Simeone. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I think.
Paisans, Argentinians, right? So.
But it would have been perfect because it's a player that already knows the league. That's why for Inter it wasn't a big deal getting a guy like Çalhanoğlu because
they didn't really pay much.
They didn't pay much, and you got a player that already knows how to play in the league.
Yeah, does he though?
Yeah. Sometimes you get people from other leagues that just never manage to break through in this league.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But don't forget,
are you positive moving forward? You said
I'm
it's
positive,
only 2 games,
I'm
right?
positive moving forward because I see I think we'll be in the top 4.
Okay.
At the end of the year, I think we'll be in the top 4. I mean, last year we actually began the season. The first 4 games we won them all.
Yeah, we did.
We won the first 3, and the 4th game was the derby, and we won that too. So I mean, it has happened before. It's not like we couldn't do it. We won the first 2 games. The 3rd game is I think we play Lazio next game, which is not going to be
September 12th.
Which is not going to be easy. So
no, and Lazio's playing well. I mean, Sarri's got them playing pretty football.
That's what I mean. And they didn't really get any. Nobody really got upgrades. If anything, people left. But the fact that these coaches are there now, it's a big deal in the project. So, but I think Milan will get to the way I see it in the beginning of the season. I think Milan will be in the top 4. Then everything could change. Obviously, I hope we could have a conversation for the Scudetto, but I don't think we're there just yet. But hey, you never know. It all depends on how the other teams perform. It's a matter of elimination. I think there's 7 teams for those top 4 spots, because I think it is us, it is Inter, Juve, Napoli, Atalanta, Roma, and Lazio. I can't see anybody else besides those 7 in there. So I mean, you got Roma's got Mourinho, which you never know how he's gonna make these players play. Lazio's got Sarri. Spalletti almost always makes the Champions League, and he's got a team that just barely missed it last year. Juve is always going to be Juve, and Inter. I don't think Inter downgraded as much as everybody made it seem.
No, I agree.
They replaced their players.
They did.
Probably the best.
Marotta did a good job.
Yeah.
Marotta did a good job.
Yeah. So
you got to give Marotta a lot of credit. He did a good job. Yeah. How old is one thing before we get to you? How old is Zeko? Do you guys? I don't.
35. 35.
Oh, he's up there. He's up there, man. It's crazy. He grew up an AC Milan fan. I don't know if people remember that.
He was always linked.
Always.
To Milan. When he was on Chelsea.
Yeah.
When he was on Wolfsburg, he was
Wolfsburg. He was.
Wolfsburg even more.
With us. Yeah.
And we never ended up getting him.
And he was. There's a lot of pictures of him if you go online of him as a kid, dressed up in Milan kits, kind of like Modric.
Modric was, yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Erik? What do you think?
I tell you, it's surprising to see, or it's a pleasant surprise to see the people stepping up that are, because in the first 2 matches, you want to see. Obviously, you're like, we spent all this money on Giroud. I wanted them out the gate to score.
Yeah, me too.
So the first match was a little shaky, right? This match obviously scores, and it's great. But Tonali with that free kick. I mean, the free kick is if he guided it like a missile. He put that in there. Tomari on defense.
Jeez.
I mean, it's night and day from last season to this season so far.
Amazing.
He's been there, he's been the back line in ways where the way they're playing him, he's not letting anything get up to Magic Mike, and that's
it was quiet. It was really quiet for Magic Mike, other than the goal, right?
There was one that was a little shaky for him, but I mean, other than that, Mike's been, obviously everything you'd want to replace Donnarumma.
I like his intensity and his passion.
Yeah. So having Tonali step up, having Tomari step up, the one thing I will say is the communication has to be better, and you're going to see that in time, because there's been a few of these runs that I've noticed where they're running forward and they pass the ball behind where the runner is going, And I mean, this is basic. Wayne Gretzky used to say it in hockey. I used to go to where the puck was going to be, not to where the puck was. So they have to pass the ball to where, Giroud is going to be. Don't pass behind him. Why are you passing it behind him? That's an easy turnover. Once they get the kinks out, you're going to start seeing the counterattack is going to be much more deadly. And I mean, today alone, you could see they were really firing in all cylinders. If they get that consistent, this is going to be a dangerous club because you could let them come back on you, but that counterattack every single time is going to catch them off guard.
And we have a pretty decent bench. I said that today in the chat, and Rebic is coming off the bench, and I mean, Benacer came off the bench because he's not 100% match fit, right? So he didn't want to start him. But, for the most part, the bench is not bad. And, let's see what this Pellegrini kid does. Let's see if we sign another one or two players. Bakayoko's on his way. Bakayoko.
I'm probably the only one that's not too enthusiastic about
Bakayoko. I'm not like, I just sang the song because I think it's got a pretty cool beat.
No, I know. I usually they say, la minestra riscaldata is never,
Let's hope this time it's like, it's good, It's good.
I can see when we log out of here, Giancarlo's going to Photoshop Beppe's head over Bakayoko's head, holding the jersey of Bakayoko.
Yeah, I love that jersey. Well, Kessie's got to resign. I don't know. I'm scared to post that picture anymore because Kessie's in that damn picture. But no, thanks, Erik. No, for me, I just think that it's exciting. First 2 weeks, it feels good. Last year, this was a very similar feeling, right? We all know how it turned out. It was a very good season, but a stressful one. Can't wait for the Champions League in the next few weeks. I hate the fact that the national team is already – I mean, not that I hate the national team. I love the national team, so I'm excited about the national team playing. But, when you get these first 2-3 games in and then they have a break, international break, it's like, oh, come on, man. You want to – especially when you've been winning, you want some momentum. You don't want the momentum to keep going. But anyway, it's exciting to have the team playing well. I think that we all were very critical this summer of maybe how some of the contract negotiations were handled and, the mercato, right? At the end of the day, we don't know what happens behind the scenes. Only they know. We do know that Elliott has a short, I would say not a short leash, but they have a short lifespan with AC Milan. And I think that for them, it's maximize profits as much as possible and get a stadium built. I just don't understand when, you're this close to, trying to get a player, why not just give the extra, right? Very little, right? It's frustrating sometimes. But again, look what Kessie's agent did, right? I mean, it's now the deal is more of like on the 8 million side as opposed to like the 6 or 5.5 that they were talking originally. And that's what's frustrating, right? Where it's like the guy's making like a little less than 3 million and he's going to go all the way to 8. I mean, come on. I mean, he's good, but come on, you can't do that, especially when you know that Milan has set a cap, right, on what they want to play players this year. So it's frustrating.
People got to remember, it wasn't that long ago the financial trouble Milan was in, and still, even though they're not being, governed by UEFA the way they were, where like every single thing had to go through UEFA. They're still on top of them, and it doesn't take much for UEFA to crack back down and say, "Hey, we told you guys this before."
They're not on fucking top of PSG and Man City, though.
But there's a difference. I think for places like Man City and PSG, they could show, all right, well, they're making money here and there. This is where they're getting this from. That's where they're getting that from.
But they're lying about what
Milan, even if they are, the fact is, and I know this for a fact, there's been certain people within the Milan organization that told UEFA, "Oh, don't worry about where we make the money. We'll make the money back." And it's like, you have to open your books and show them. They want to help you.
Yeah,
they really do.
What they need to do is put a salary cap. I'm very big on that. As much as I hated it here because it's like I'm crippling with certain things. But you know what? Do a salary cap. You bring a little more parity into European football.
Well, let's see what happens. I mean, I at the end of the day, I think that Elliott has done a good job. Our financial situation is much better than it was, like you said, Eric, just a few years ago. It's frustrating when you read in the newspapers that contracts are not getting completed or getting dragged out for shillings or a little bit extra money. But at the end of the day, do we really know if that's true or not? All these like so-called experts on Instagram and Twitter, I don't know if I trust all these journalists anymore, right? At the end of the day, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We have to confide and trust in somebody like a Maldini, who we obviously love and trust, but also somebody like a Gazidis, right? I mean, this is a very good businessman, and I think he knows what he's doing. And I'm excited for the future. I just hope that we have a very good season. We don't disappoint in the Champions League, and we continue to grow. And we have some really good young talent. So that's what makes me excited, right? In the past, there was always the Milan youth movement. We always used to joke around about it because Galliani used to wax poetic about it. And let's be honest, it was all bullshit back then. But now it really is like a Tonali. He gets me excited. And there's other obviously good young players. I hope Leao comes around to turn into the player that we hope he's always supposed to be. And let's see what the season kind of tells us for this year. So okay, guys, I think we've reached the hour and 6-minute mark. Eric, you've been great. We appreciate you coming on.
If I may, one last thing before we wrap.
Please.
I want to say get well soon to Gatidas. We obviously know that he's been going through some health troubles. I've been able to be sort of in contact with some people that he knows. So for any of the Milan supporters who want to know, apparently he's going through treatment. Treatments are going well. He's getting better. From what I heard, he sent a message to the players today. So that might have, helped fire them up a little bit, going forward into the season. So hopefully we see him back in San Siro sooner rather than later. And it's looking like treatments are going well. So get well soon, Ivan.
No, it's a good touch. Nice touch there, Eric. And thank you for all you did there to kind of get involved with him and get him something from the Milan club, to show our support for him and, hoping that everything goes well there with his treatments, like you said. Beppe, what do you think? Thursday we do. Do you want to? I don't want to stop. Like I don't want to do like we did the last time with an international breaks.
We could do it. We could do it on. Well, they play Sunday again, the national team.
So you want to do? Let's do Sunday then. So we could do a recap of two national team games again.
Lazio. Sunday. Yeah, but they play Switzerland on Sunday.
What time they play? Here 2:30, right?
2:40. Yeah, 2:45. Yeah.
Well, listen. Maybe hopefully it's a repeat of us beating Switzerland back in the summer, right? Yeah. Well, it's been great, guys. Thanks to our Canadian friends and everybody that checked in on the chat. Eric, again, you've been awesome, and really happy that you came on. Beppe,
thank you for having
as
me,
always,
guys.
It's nice to see that big smile. No miserabile.
Don't worry, it's only 2 games, so
I knew it. There it goes.
You have to remember, he has to save the miserable face for Wednesday nights AEW Dynamite on TNT.
You guys are your fucking wrestling.
WWE, we're coming for you.
Oh wait, hold on. Before we go, who's the wrestler that he looks like?
What's the guy's name? I forget his name already.
Well, I know it's Aleister Black on WWE.
Aleister Black. Yeah,
I don't know what his name is on AEW. It's different.
I think it's Aleister Black. No.
No.
No, what is it now? Malachi Black.
Malachi Black. Yeah, Malachi. You guys said Malachi.
Malachi Black.
I guess he's still a Black. He just changed his first name. He's got a thing for that last name, I guess.
I'll post a picture of Malachi on our Instagram so people see who I'm talking about. Who we're talking about.
Side by side with
brother. Pepe tries to pretend that he didn't cut his hair like him on purpose.
Look, Beppe hasn't been at the football factory too often lately, and now I'm starting to put these pieces together. He may be actually on Wednesday nights on AEW. Beppe, I'm looking for a job as a referee. If you could get me a hookup there, it'd be great.
Oh, definitely. Either that or Ring of Honor. Let's see.
Beppe, you gotta wear the WWF European title. Frank says.
Yeah, I know.
On the next episode,
right there. I took that out for the when we won. When we brought it to Rome, I took that out.
We got to do an intro with the Ultimate Warrior as Beppe, like running into the arena.
I could blow up.
All right, guys. Well,
Beppe's shaking the ropes.
Yeah. He lost all his energy by the time he did all that. He was tired when he got into the ring.
Exactly.
Running
That's why the
the
matches
ropes.
only lasted 3 minutes.
Anyway, it's been great, guys. Thank you so much. Forza Milan. We'll talk. We'll be back on Sunday, everybody. Thank you for
All
checking
right.
in.